Hi podcast, this is Nav. Addie's not with me right now, but basically last summer I got a scholarship to go to Scotland for a theater program, and while I was there, we got to do a lot of walking around, and we walked inside this store called Yekta, and it was an Eastern spirituality kind of store. And I started talking to the lady who owns it, and her name is Gabby, and she's a Mexican witch. And I asked her, "Do you want to be in my podcast?" She said, "Sure." And so we talked about religion and spirituality. She went to an ashram in Mexico to study Hinduism, Eastern spirituality. So that was really interesting to me. And she's a great, nice, wonderful person. So I hope you guys enjoy listening to her teach us her wisdom.
Hello, so this shop is called Yekta, and Yekta in Hindi means unity, but in Farsi it means unique. So we try to be unique. Now, I've always loved the spiritual side of life, and I'm always in the search of it. And this is how I arrived to the ashram in Mexico. I was born in a Catholic family. Most families in Mexico are Catholic. But then I started to question myself. My first husband was an Anglican. My second husband was a Jewish, and my third husband is a Muslim. So, of course, I have this idea of we all sharing only one God with different names.
So what religion would you say that you are?
So, I think that I have no specific religion, but I do practice meditation, and I would focus more into the philosophy of Buddhism.
What are your beginnings with spirituality?
Well, I think that spirituality is a little place, like a sacred place within yourself, that you can go in and feel calm and enjoy the gift of being alive, the gift of existence.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, I'm interested about the three husbands. How did you meet each one of them?
Oh, different parts in life. The first one at school, the second one at the bar, and the third one in internet.
So could you tell us more about being a witch?
Well, in Mexico, we have these very nurturing inheritance of being in touch with the earth, with Mother Earth. And that is like a very big empowerment, not only for women, but also for men. So we have these different rituals that have to do with your energy, to clean your energy, to clean the bad spirits, to clean the bad moods that happen within the family, within different things. So basically, it is about not being a witch in terms of poisoning somebody or like that, because that is like the medieval, how do you say it, view from the very Catholic side, the persecution of the witches that was. But it is actually to be in charge of your power with nature. So that is the witchy part of it, like the witchy practice that we in Mexico do, and that of course you have it in your veins. So you cleanse with different plants. You take baths with different teas. It's more like that. You use the incense, you use the charcoal, you use salt, water, all the elements of nature. So that is how we grow, and this is how we do it.
So you learned from like when you were a child,
Yes.
from your like grandmother or something.
Yes, my grandmother, my mother, the neighbors, the friends, everybody does that. It is, even though I grew up in a very Catholic family, we always have this other side, Sometimes before, nobody used to talk about it openly, but everybody practices it. So, for example, one of the magic things is that if you go downtown Mexico City, right in the plaza where all the big cathedral is and the Palace of Government, you can see the Indians with their feathers and their shells and their beads dancing outside the cathedral with the incense and cleansing people, dancing and cleansing people. So it is all the mixture there. It's not like it was erased, but it was like the sum of it, like it added to it.
Who was in charge of the ashram?
In charge of the ashram was the guru is called Guru Mai, and the ashram is called Siddha Yoga Dham. So I used to go there when my daughter was very little. She was like 1 year old. And I would love the way they would have these family reunions, like family events, family meditations for you to come with the baby and then just let the baby listen to all the mantras beautifully. It was a lovely, peaceful place. I loved it. And I used to practice seva, which is like the free work that you do for the community. So it could be cleansing, it could be cleaning the building, cleaning the kitchen, cooking, cleaning the different altars in the ashram, bringing flowers. And that is, one of the things that I learned in the ashram is the pleasure of giving for free.
Do you believe in ghosts and spirits and demons and all that?
I believe that we are human beings. No. I don't believe that. There's a saying that says, we think that we are human beings having a spiritual experience, but it is not like that. It's the other way. So we are spirits having a human experience.
Wow.
And so I believe that the soul is eternal. I believe that we come and go in different lives, reincarnation. And so we learn the things we need to learn here in this life with this body. And when we finish, we go, we rest a little, we check what did we do good, what we do bad. Okay, next life I will fix this, and then we come back and then we start again. Because if not, life would be completely unfair, and it is not. It is a beautiful gift. It is a school, and we need to embrace it. But there is one thing. We as spirits, when we arrive to earth and we are in this body, we get distracted. with all the aromas, all the colors, all the sounds, all the movements, and then we forget why did we come. So this is why we waste so much time trying to figure out what was my mission in this life. And then this is why it's so important to go back to yourself, to meditate, to not feel scared of going in the deep of you and touching those little spaces, your fears, your doubts, etc., because that is where you learn. Now, of course, saying this, I do believe that there are different souls that are not in a human body. They do not have it now. That is my husband arriving, so we can stop.
Hello.
And that is the interview I got. But even though it was 10 minutes long and was cut short by her husband arriving, I still learned a lot. And it was good for me to talk with someone with such a passion and love for life. So thank you, Gabby, so bad for being on my podcast and be willing to talk to me. The song of the day is Tezeta by Mahmoud, Ahmed.
ትላንትናን ጥሶ ዛሬን ተንተርሶ